today, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Detroit Lions taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Detroit Lions. Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start...
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the 7th-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his 2nd season as a Lion.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Goff a handoff here to Swift. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 31-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago, 12 catches, 108 yards.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that he's off to a hot start here in this first month, and those are the kind of performances you expect to see going forward.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Back to throw. Goff. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Out of the gun, Goff. That's complete, right around the 8. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
Now, this is a quarterback that's already in the top 100 all-time in passing yards, but that last throw going to move him past Roger Staubach on the all-time list. Roger Charles at 22,700.
Don't forget, he also won 2 Super Bowls, played from 1969 to 19.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them. And also, it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game. Hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
Dwayne Eskridge elects to bring it out. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. As Seattle's offense comes onto the field, we'll see a 10-year veteran under center, guy who broke into the league as a starter back in 2013, Geno Smith.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, you know, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, you know, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The Seahawks at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Geno now to throw. And this is incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. 3rd down here.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing now is Geno. Leaves it for Penny.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now it's Smith. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith. That's caught over the middle by Fant. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 21. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 7 catches, 71 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
To the air again, Smith. His pass caught at the 4. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Smith. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant from 3 yards out.
And the Seahawks are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point up and through by Myers, and we are tied at 7. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told.
And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Goff. He's got his tight end over the middle. T.J. Hockenson. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Goff finding Hockenson there for the Lion first. Here's Goff. He finds Funchess. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he stopped immediately there.
Cody Barton there to bring him down.
Goff now looking to throw.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Here's Goff.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 4th down, Goff to the sidelines, and Detroit has Riley Patterson out there for the field goal.
This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And in this first quarter of play, this will remain a tie ball game.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
For the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
Patterson now for the extra point.
It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Fresh off the pick six, it's Smith.
He's got his big tight end, Fant.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
First down by Noah Fant. And you're reminded watching him play that he's one of the most athletic tight ends we saw coming out of college in recent years. Every route and every catch can be turned into a bigger play with what he can do as an athlete in the open field. A nice big play from him there for the first down.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
On second down, it's Walker.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Throwing on third down, Smith.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Back deep is DJ Chark. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Lions will take over.
T.J. Hawkinson and the Lions get set to line up for this next series.
There was a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time, and that's not easily done because, you know, all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Here's a toss play right to Swift.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
They run out of the gun with Swift.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
Throwing on 3rd. Goff.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff.
And his throw's going to be incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
Two fantastic games coming up to wrap up week 4, the first weekend in October. Tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game, the Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one, 8:15 Eastern. The Smith throw caught here by Metcalf. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 35.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To the right side, this is Walker. Down to about the 37. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
1st down, Seattle, 16 yards, the gain there.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
From the red zone now, Smith. This is the tight end Fant. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Geno. And he's got it. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Rashad Penny, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it's finished off by a Rashad Penny touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Goff. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Swift going to try up the middle. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
On fourth down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Looking to throw again on second down. Smith.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now Gino on first down.
That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Penny, a first down carry. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Smith now to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Smith.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Lions offense set to take over. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Goff. he's left with no option here but to throw it away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, here's Goff.
Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end.
2 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Here's Jack Fox now
as he's on to punt for Detroit. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. He'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back out now comes Kenneth Walker and the Seattle offense.
We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe.
This is Fant on the short completion, and he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A give for Walker running right.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Smith. It's caught. Block it.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Smith. And this one is incomplete. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And this will be out of bounds at the 1 here, the 12-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 2nd down, Swift.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. Now a play fake, and it's Goff.
That is into the hands of Hockenson downfield.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a first down throw. Goff.
Open man is Quintez Cephas. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff.
That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Sidney Jones. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, in a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick six, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
Now Myers for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Goff. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Goff's throw taken in by Hockenson here. And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28.
There's Goff.
He'll drop this one off to Swift. And he's going to get this down near the 25. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the road.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak and right now looking good in this one as well. On first down, it's Smith. Over the middle, he finds Eskridge. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. They'll try for the first with Walker. And this will be a Seahawks first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On first down, Smith. His throw incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
10 yards and a Seattle first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Smith. And he rifles one incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Again, Smith. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Smith. This complete to Lockett. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. Back to throw, Smith. And he slings one that's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now it's Smith. They set up the screen to Penny. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. Penny.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
It's interesting where we are in the game now. The analytics folks, they might tell you to kick the field goal and make it a 2-score game. But you have to wonder if emotionally they're thinking, let's go for the touchdown and try and slam the door.
On 4th down, Smith. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Seahawks take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So we're going to look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 11 now. Here's Goff. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Goff. He'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Throwing again is Goff. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Goff. He's got this, complete to Williams. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a toss for Swift left side. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Once again, it's Swift.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. To throw is Goff. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. This will go as an 11-yard loss there on 1st and goal.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Just keeping the play. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? I mean, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Walker.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Geno.
He's got his tight end Fant. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Geno now to throw.
Well, that's complete to Swain. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Geno.
That's taken in by Eskridge, complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On 1st and 10, Smith.
Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Smith. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown.
Freddie Swain
from 13 yards out.
And the Seahawks are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
This taken in at the goal line. He takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 26. Here's Goff. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Goff on 3rd down.
And this one taken in by Cephas. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You could probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, That's still a benefit to this squad.
On the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Goff throwing again.
Finding Hockenson here on the out route.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on third down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
Desperation time for Goff on fourth. He gets this complete to Cephas. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10.
Goff now looking to throw. And that'll be caught by St. Brown.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Goff a handoff here to Swift.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Goff.
Slant pass, he's got Reynolds. And the Lions are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Play action. It's Goff. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Uchenna Nwosu able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
Goff. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Darrell Taylor gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The Smith's throw caught here by Metcalf.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now Gino on first down.
That one is swing complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Up the middle they run. It's Walker.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep...
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
20, 10, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
As this gets him back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
And out now come the Seahawks.
And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Back to Walker on first down.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Smith.
That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Now a man open down the middle of the field.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Trying the left side with Walker.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And that'll be incomplete. Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. That's caught over the middle by Fant. On a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to make it a 2-score game. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
On 1st down, it's gone. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive there.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Goff now to throw. Funches with a catch over the middle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a 1st down throw. Gone. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
They'll run the draw here with Swift. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He finds Funches. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And his throw here's incomplete. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now Goff. Fighting to stay upright. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They'll try and run some clock here with Penny. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. On the handoff, this is Walker. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Here's Smith. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Seahawks, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints.